Hey everyone, and welcome to the second day of the Retail Wellness series. I'm excited today because I'm actually getting on here to talk about eating right. I know this is probably everybody's least favorite topic, but we gotta do it, guys. It's part of your wellness. Whether you like it or not, it's gonna make a huge impact on your entire holiday season. Because you know what's gonna happen? You're going to eat that pizza that your manager may have bought for Black Friday. You're going to eat that takeout food that everybody decides to order. You're going to eat that overpriced, ridiculously horrible for you mall food. It's going to happen. And there's candy and there's cookies. And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of getting hungry right now, just even talking about it. So these things are going to happen. And I recognize that. And just kind of like how I talked about stress, I want you to realize that these things are going to happen, and you need to take a proactive approach, obviously, to it, but you also have to have a reactive approach. So what happens when someone decides to order pizza and you eat way too many pieces of pizza on your break? Or what happens when your friend brings in like a whole dish of cookies or cupcakes or something like that? Like, those things are going to happen, and as much as we would love to sit here and talk about having great self-control, you're going to slip up and you're going to eat those things. Unless you're amazing, and if you are, then props to you. You might be able to skip this, but there's still some good things because things happen. So first I want to talk about some just general tips, and then I'll go over some things that can help just support you throughout the entire holiday season too when it comes to eating right. So we're going to get straight to the point today because, like I said, I'm going to try to keep these videos short and sweet, and yesterday I kind of didn't do that. So anyways, the first tip, one of the best things that I can suggest for you is drink water. I know, I personally hate water. I am trying so hard to get better at my water intake, and I've talked about this a few other times in a few other classes and online, but what you want to do when it comes to water is your main focus is going to be take your weight, divide it in half. So just speaking like in simple terms, if you weigh 100 pounds, which hopefully no one does on here unless you're a child, that's a whole nother topic. If you weigh 100 pounds, you're going to cut it in half. That'd be 50, which means you should drink 50 ounces of water every day. Pretty simple. So figure out how many ounces of water that you should drink a day. Try to get a water bottle that you know the ounces immediately, so it's super easy to track throughout the day. So definitely, that is first and foremost. If you do anything from this entire class, drink more water. It's going to help your entire body in so many different ways. But one of the things that's best for retailers is drinking water. I can't talk tonight. It's going to help with inflammation and being on your feet and constantly going and possibly eating bad things for you and having a crazy sleep cycle is really going to affect you and definitely give you inflammation at different times. So one of the things that you can do is really use that water as that stepping stone to a better lifestyle. So that is one of the big things. My second thing is, if you've never worked in retail before, or even if you have, maybe you forgot, the lines to get fast food when you're working in a mall or a shopping center or wherever are going to be ridiculous. You can double, if not triple or quadruple the time. So maybe it used to be really easy to run up to the pizza place and grab pizza in like 2 minutes. That once easy thing to do could easily take more than your entire 15-minute break. If you're just on a 15-minute break, it could take more than your half-hour break. I remember there was times when I worked in the mall where I would try to run upstairs and grab a piece of pizza, and it would literally take the entire half hour. So guys, I cannot stress enough, save yourself time in meal prep. And when I say meal prep, I think everybody goes to thinking of all those people that are super hardcore on Instagram that have like all these super healthy meals and they have all these crazy diets. I'm not even talking about that. If you want to go to that route, by all means do that. But at this time of year, when you have so much different things going on and you have so many different things to change and you're trying to live a better lifestyle, it's sometimes best not to implement something new. Plain and simple. If you're going to try to do that, it's going to be very overwhelming. So if you do decide, I really should get a little healthier. Sorry, I have the worst lighting tonight. I really should get a little healthier, and I really should eat a little different than I already do. Take it slow. That is one of the best things that I can suggest. By no means should you go from the grocery list you got last week to a brand new list with brand new food and a completely different regimen and like half the calories. Don't do that. You're setting yourself up to fail when you do that. So when you decide to meal prep, have it be meals that you're comfortable with, you love, you already are used to. Because if you meal prep and you take something that you may not even like and take it to work, there's a good chance you're going to be like, I don't want this. I'm going to go buy something else, defeating the purpose of meal prep. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, if you do decide to change your diet and just mix things up a little, just make sure you're doing it slow, because you're not going to want to just burn yourself out right away. Along with that, when it comes to what you're putting in your body, make sure, and I know you're going to all hate me for this because I don't even like doing it, but I know it's a must, so I do it. You want to limit your sugars, your processed foods, and your caffeine. You like it or not, we're going to talk about how to get through floor set without caffeine. I swear, you can do it. You can do it. I know, it sounds crazy, but you need to limit those things. Every single one of those things, sugars, processed foods, and caffeine, contribute to inflammation, indigestion. Sugar and processed foods especially, they constantly contribute to elevated blood sugar levels, which also contributes to a crash, just like caffeine. So you eat like those 3 cookies are really great. Oh my gosh, you're loving it. You're doing amazing on your shift. You're running around the store, and like 30 minutes later, you're like a zombie in the back room and useless. So it's one of those things. I know they're amazing. I know they're good to have, but you have got to limit them. If you're eating nothing, if you're living off from pizza and sugary Christmas cookies and coffee after coffee after coffee, you're never going to be able to sustain yourself through the holiday season. And if you make it through the holiday season, you're going to be a mess by January. Just plain and simple. So just one of those things to keep in mind. Try to limit them. Again, I'm not saying eliminate them all. If you're someone that has a coffee morning, noon, and night, don't just cut off coffee. You will be doing a disservice to not only yourself, but everyone around you, because no one's going to want to deal with you in that mood. So just something to keep in mind. But do try to limit them. The last thing when it comes to my tips today is I want to talk about nutrition. You have got to supplement. I talked about this in an extensive amount in the last couple classes that I did, including my Eating Right class, which I go way more into eating right and why you should eat right and how you should eat right. But there's a time and place, and this is not it. But what I'm going to say is you need to supplement. Even if you eat an amazing diet, you have multivitamin you take, and that you just got at the store, and you eat your greens and you think you're eating well, you're not getting enough nutrients. There's been so many different studies that have shown that because humans are overpopulated and we're constantly reusing the soil, we've completely depleted nutrients out of a lot of our sources, natural nutrients out of our sources. So everybody needs to supplement in one way, shape, or manner. And I'll talk about that a little more in a couple seconds too. But that is really, simply put, my crash course on the simple tips to take to have a better holiday season. It's not hard. Drink more water. Cut out the crap food. Just do it. Just get rid of it. And I didn't mention this because I kind of assumed it with the caffeine. When I'm talking about caffeine, I'm not just talking about coffee. I'm talking about soda too. So I see you out there. I know you love your Diet Coke. Get over it. It's bad for you. Moving on. Meal prep. Do the meal prep and get those supplements. Those are some of the best things that I can suggest for you that are going to be the easiest things to implement in your life. They don't have to be complicated. Don't overcomplicate things, guys. With any of these things that I'm talking about, don't overcomplicate it. The more complicated that you make it, the less likely you're going to stick to it. So let's talk about some things that can help support everything that I just mentioned a couple seconds ago. Since we just talked about nutrition, I will talk about this sucker right here. These are the Doterra Lifelong Vitality Pack. This one happens to be the vegan one, but there's also another one that isn't vegan. The main difference is the omegas. So there's going to be, like I said, I apologize, my lighting is horrible. There's 3 different supplements in these packs. I live for these. I started these when I first started using Doterra products, and these were actually in my starter kit, and I have used them ever since then. I absolutely love them. So there's 3 things that are going to be in here. You're going to get the VMZ, this one right here. This one's a nutrient. It's just like a typical multivitamin that you would get with your daily vitamins. So like B, C, D, all the stuff is all in there. And the great thing about that is it's really going to help with your energy overall and give you those nutrients that you really need and help with your immune system too, which is one of my favorite things. Is it just helps fill in all the gaps from the food that you are able to get the nutrients from. So if you're living a hectic lifestyle, this is one of the biggest things that I can suggest, is just having that base core of things that really just help you overall. So the multivitamin in here is going to help with energy and immune support. Then you're also going to have the cellular complex. I love this. It's going to be the CRZ, this one right here. Probably could take these out. I just grabbed the box so you guys could see them, but these are empty. And they're great bottles too. So in this pack, you're actually going to get enough for at least a month. So this one's the VMZ. This one is the multi-nutrient complex. And as you can see, they're empty because I've already taken them. I burnt through so many. The next one that I wanted to talk about is the CRZ. This one's the cellular complex. So this one is amazing, guys. Everybody knows about cell health. And if you haven't, you have heard about it, you just aren't aware of it. So cell health literally is how our body functions. Our cells have a life cycle, and I'm not going to get into this a lot. I know, I get so excited about it. But your cells have a life cycle, and in order to live that life cycle, they need to be healthy. When they're not healthy and they don't go through that life cycle the proper way is how you get different diseases. We all know certain cellular diseases, C word, that I can't say for compliance reasons. But when your cells aren't functioning right, that's when you get the buildup of cells, if you understand what I mean, and you get different diseases and different things that are going wrong because you're not having the proper cell lifestyle. The CRS is going to help you with that. It's also going to help with energy too, which is one of my favorite things about it. The last thing is going to be the omegas. So there's the VEO omegas, which are the vegan ones, and these are actually the XEO omegas. It's just one is plant-based, the other one is fish oil-based. The great thing about these is it's going to help with your mood and your mental clarity along with your concentration, which I think every single person watching this needs, because you're going to need to be on top of it. You're going to need to be able to go. So that is just that foundation that you need to really power through the holiday season at a base level, which is great. What about oils? What kind of oils can support you? So one of my favorites, super simple, lemon. Almost everybody has heard of a lemon essential oil. It's super simple. It's super amazing. You're going to get a lot of energy out of it, which is great. And if you're using a certified pure therapeutic grade like Doterra's, you can actually take it internally. You can put 1 drop in that water that you're supposed to be drinking, and it's going to help support your digestion system and also your metabolism too. So that's why I absolutely love it. I put a drop of water in my water of lemon or wild orange in my water every single day because it's not only refreshing, but it's helping my metabolism and helping my immune system too, which is really great. You can never have too much support for your immune system when you're around all those germy people in the general public. Have you heard me? Ooh. I have automatic lights. And I didn't realize it wasn't on yet. My bad. So, personal testimony. If you are interested in automatic lights, Amazon has some pretty awesome ones, and that would be how those just turned on. Anyways, one of my other favorite oils is the Slim and Sassy. It is actually called the Metabolic Blend. I hate the name of this oil. I absolutely hate it, and I think so many people, pretty much everybody in Doterra, can agree that the name of this oil is so deceiving. So many people see it, and they're like, well, I don't want to lose weight. I'm like, no, Slim and Sassy, like, but the idea behind this oil is amazing. So it has a bunch of citrus oils in it. It has, grapefruit and lemon, which is amazing because I just talked about a lemon. And it also has peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon. So these are all great oils for your stomach, your metabolism, and your digestion. So this is a great, I can't get the lighting, but you can see it. This is a great oil to have, and it's one of my other options that I like to pop in my water too, because it's a little more refreshing, especially if you've been eating something that you need a little extra help with your digestion. The peppermint and ginger, a lot of people are aware of ginger helping soothe your stomach. This is a great option to have. So if you're someone that you're going to overindulge at one point or another, grab one of those and you'll be good to go. The last oil that I want to talk about is going to be the Digest Zen. And it's funny because I actually just used this last night on my son. This oil is absolutely amazing. It is called the Digestive Blend because it's full of oils that are going to help with your digestion. So the great thing is, if you have an upset stomach, if you know you ate too much, if you kind of have it, sometimes you just have that feeling, you're like, I overindulged, it is not going to be good in a few minutes. I'm going to have a bloated stomach. This is for the occasional upset stomach when you know things just aren't going right. Last night, my son had an upset stomach, and I immediately grabbed the Digest Zen, rubbed it all against his belly, and he never got sick again last night at all. And the first time was pretty bad, without going into details. So yes, I swear by this roller. I love it in the roller. You can get it in other forms, but I wanted to show you guys the roller because this is what I'm talking about when it comes to having oils easily accessible. It comes just like this, already pre-diluted, ready to go. It has a roller bottle. Just rub it on your stomach. That's what I usually suggest. That's what I did with my son. Right on your stomach and the back of your spine, bottoms of your feet if you can get there, because it's the most porous areas, and you should be good to go. So, without a doubt, got to have your Digest Zen because you're going to eat all this bad stuff and you're going to need it. So, like I said, I was going to try to make that a little shorter for you guys tonight. I hope that was good. I know it's a lot of different things really fast, but if you have any additional questions, definitely feel free to reply to the email that I sent out. With any of those questions, I'd be more than happy to reply. But definitely check out the rest of the email all about eating right during the holiday season. There's a lot of tips, tricks. I also talk about how you can diffuse Slim and Sassy because it smells amazing for one of your like energetic but also just digestion oils. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Tomorrow we're actually going to be talking about focus and motivation. So I'm super excited to give you guys some tips and tricks about that because there's some really fun, beautiful, but simple ways to help with your focus and help motivate you throughout the holiday season. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.